Hello everybody and welcome to Friday Night SmackDown. Hello Isabel. Hello Sean, I'm doing alright. I know you're still home. I wouldn't think you were anywhere else, Isabel. I wouldn't think you're anywhere else. I am Travis Bateman alongside Wade Barrett, and tonight we got a great show. We got great matches on tap here tonight. Absolutely, we got the TNA Knockouts World Champion AJ Lee in action. She's going to take on TNA superstar Xia Brookside. This is going to be a good match. And also Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae come face to face as these two collide in our main event. As these two come face to face in our main event. As they continue to build towards their final showdown at SummerSlam. And after talking trash about AJ Lee, CM Punk will take on Trick Williams. Punk says his wife may be a dick now, but he still loves her, and he doesn't want to hear anyone talk badly about his wife. And so tonight, Punk will look to teach Trick Williams a lesson and much more. Oh yeah, you did mention that. And we're kicking things off with this match. And here comes Tatum Paxley, who's got a decision to make. The following is a special guest referee match. Making her way to the ring, please welcome the special guest referee, Tatum Paxley. Well, Tatum Paxley's got a choice to make here tonight, as Shotzi and Lyra Valkyria have both been bickering and arguing over the services of Tatum Paxley. Yeah, Shotzi and Lyra both are really good friends with Tatum. Let's not forget, Shotzi's been treating her really badly, which is why Tatum's been hanging out with Lyra as of late, but Shotzi wants Tatum to come back with her to keep Chemical X alive. She does look like a vampire. Boo! 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 Dun. And introducing the participants first, from Dublin, Ireland, she is the Irish Goddess, Lyra Valkyria. It was last month at Money in the Bank. Lyra Valkyria challenged for the WWE Women's Championship. She attempted to try and beat Indy Hartwell for the championship, came up short, and Lyra was pretty upset with Tatum Paxley for not trying to help her during that championship match. And both Lyra and Shotzi have both been eager, both want Tatum Paxley to be their friend, but neither Shotzi or Lyra want to be friends either. And her opponent, the ballsy badass, Shotzi. Yeah, Shotzi told Lyra Valkyria months ago that if she wants to be friends with Tatum Paxley, she would have to join her group, Chemical X, but Lyra showed zero interest in joining Chemical X, which is what has kind of sparked this dislike between both women. And also I want to make this very, very clear, Bateman, the WWE Universe like neither of these ladies. Both of them are not entirely fan favorites with the WWE Universe. So really, it's a lose-lose situation for Tatum Paxley, because whichever friend she ends up choosing, the WWE Universe aren't even going to really like the decision. Shotzi, who has had 3 attempts to become WWE Women's Champion this season, and all 3 times came up short. Yeah, I'm very curious on who side is Tatum Paxley going to take. Oh, and a cheap shot there by Lyra. No one is a face in this match. Yep, both are heels. Shotzi sucks. Lyra sucks. Shotzi sucks. Lyra sucks. As you mentioned, Wade, neither one of these wrestlers are fan favorites. The WWE Universe don't like either one of them. Oh, man. Big DDT there by Lyra. Cover. And a kick out at one by Shotzi, as Tatum Paxley's never been a referee before, so I think her counting seems to be a little bit slower. Come on! Well, yeah, she's never been a referee before. She's never been put in this kind of situation. Oh man! And Shotzi went to do her daredevil-like maneuvers, and that allowed Lyra to take advantage. And now Valkyria heading up to the top rope. Oh, man. And this time she's successful. And Shotzi this time successfully diving through the ropes. As both women slowly, methodically. Oh wow! Nice sit down there by Shotzi. Cover on Lyra Valkyria and a kick out. And a kick out. Tatum Paxley. Tatum Paxley. Tatum Paxley. The WWE Universe cheering for Tatum Paxley. The only one that the WWE Universe really feel bad for in this entire match. This whole entire situation is because of Tatum Paxley. She's got so many friends, and she's having a difficult time trying to find someone she can really trust. Oh, I mean, Tatum's also being a little bit of a hypocrite herself. She says that she tries to find friends, but there's also been times that she herself has backstabbed friends. Look what she did to Lyra Valkyria back in NXT. Once Lyra lost the NXT Women's Championship, what did Paxley immediately do? Beat her up, attack her. So Tatum Paxley is not exactly perfect either. Oh yeah, Tatum has her flaws. I'm not saying she doesn't. And now Tatum Paxley into the pinning position there, really close. Almost got the 3 count. I'm not trying to say Tatum Paxley is perfect. And sometimes the sympathy goes both ways. Tatum is a nutcase. Oh, and Lyra! Nice spin out powerbomb there, and a kick out. Not hating here, but because I like Charlotte, because Triple H has Charlotte beat Lash. I knew that was gonna happen, by the way. I just want to make that very clear. I obviously knew that was gonna happen, because it's like, wow, that is so predictable. I knew he would do that. Like, yeah, sure, Alexa Bliss can lose to Charlotte. But as soon as Alexa Bliss can lose to Lash, but when Charlotte wrestles Lash, nope, it's going to be a win for Charlotte. I knew that was going to happen because, again, it just shows Triple H is being a little bit biased. Come on, help me out. Help me beat her up. I'm not helping. Come on, why not? I'm not picking a side yet. Oh, look at this. Shotzi is demanding. Shotzi's trying to make a demand to Tatum Paxley to help her. But obviously she's not picking a side. Oh! There's the never wake up DDT to put Valkyria away, and Valkyria kicks out at 2. Valkyria manages to hold on. You gotta help me here. Why should I help you? You're my friend. Oh. You can only wonder the decision that is going through the mind of Tatum Paxley right now as these two just continue to beat the hell out of each other. You got to be thinking, is she torn between them? You also got to wonder, is she torn between them, or does she legitimately know who she wants to choose? Or does she legit know who she wants to choose? And now Lyra Valkyria on the top rope. On the top rope here. Oh, look out! And Tatum Paxley. It looked like Paxley was trying to protect Shotzi. Yeah, it looked like she tried to protect her, but she got knocked over instead. And now Lyra Valkyria. Looking to end it. Goddess wings. And there's the Goddess wings. Oh, wait a second. What did you knock me over for? You got in my way, Tatum. You got in my way. You knocked me over. You got in my way. Oh! Wait a second. What is Tatum doing here? Oh! What the hell is Paxley doing? What the hell's your problem? And Lyra from behind. I have no idea what's going on in the mind of our referee, but clearly she's having a very difficult situation. And now Shotzi up on the second rope, and and look at this! Oh! Our referee just taking liberties. Looks like our referee is taking a little bit of liberties here. Well, again, Tatum is in a tough spot. She doesn't know what to do. She's in a tough spot. She doesn't know what to do in a situation like this. She's trying to... Oh, man! And now... Wait a sec! Oh! And there's a finishing maneuver! And Tatum Paxley makes the fast count and makes her decision. Wow. Tatum Paxley's made her choice. And Lyra Valkyria is the winner of this match. Here is your winner, Lyra Valkyria. I knew you'd pick me. And Lyra, look at Lyra hugging Tatum Paxley, and Shotzi cannot believe it. Shotzi is dumbstruck. Shotzi is furious. Tatum Paxley would hit her finishing move on Shotzi and would allow Lyra to take the pin and score the pinfall win as Tatum Paxley like I said, not hating on Charlotte, but it's typical Triple H. Yeah, it is. He'll have one person lose, and he'll have one person lose to someone. But when it's the other wrestler's turn to wrestle that wrestler, he'll have Lash lose. I'm kind of surprised BC didn't say much about it. Because I remember in that review when he talked about Alexa losing to Lash, he literally said in that review that if it was Charlotte wrestling Lash, Charlotte would win. And that's exactly what happened. And I'm shocked he didn't mention that in his review. He just didn't want to talk about the match. He was just like, I'm moving on. I'm not talking about this match. And I'm like, what do you mean? You should have literally... I'm like, what do you mean? You should be talking about the match. Because you literally said Charlotte would beat Lash if it was the other way around. And he was proven right. And he was proven right. So he should have mentioned it. But instead, he just didn't want to talk about the match because it's Charlotte. And he hates Charlotte. Oh, sorry, Charlie Flair, as he calls her in every review. Charlie Flair, as he calls her in every review. Don't ask why he calls her Charlie. I don't know why either. And we're back live on SmackDown, and here comes Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Finn Balor is set for singles action. Dun, 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 dun. Well, here come the War Raiders of the Death Riders. Finn Balor and JD McDonough have been a thorn in the side of the Death Riders for quite some time. Absolutely, they have been a real thorn in the side of the Death Riders, and John Moxley has ordered his boys to take care of Balor and McDonough once and for all here tonight. Absolutely, John Moxley's getting fed up with not only with CM Punk, but not only he's in a bad mood because CM Punk has chosen him for the match at SummerSlam and not Seth Rollins. Moxley was counting on CM Punk's hatred for Seth Rollins. Yeah, Moxley was, like you said, Wade, Moxley was counting on Punk's hatred. Counting on the fact that Punk has so much hatred for Seth Rollins, he would rather use his King of the Ring tournament win on the man he despises the most in Seth Rollins. So then that way John could just waltz into SummerSlam with a different challenger at SummerSlam, or the other case scenario, he'd have the night off. If Finn Balor can get the win here tonight over Eric, he and JD McDonough will be one step will get a shot at the World Tag Team Championships. Ivar and Eric have been incredibly dangerous. Oh! Oh, and a back drop by Eric. And now Balor getting an elbow right to the back, and now into the cover. Now into the cover, and now Eric now stomping away on Balor. Well, that's what the War Raiders have got to do. They've got to keep the offense up. They are dangerous. They are brutal. They are scary. And honestly, Bateman, just look at how much more dangerous the War Raiders have become ever since they have allied themselves with Jon Moxley and Renee Young. I mean, we've talked about it before, Wade. We've talked about how Ivar and Eric have become more dangerous, have become more monster-like since allying with Renee Young and Jon Moxley. And that's what I mean, and that's what Moxley and Renee wanted. They wanted beasts. They wanted to bring out the real War Raiders. They didn't want the smiley, cuddly War Raiders. They wanted the vicious War Raiders. When they used to have Viking matches, I can't remember what the Viking rules. Yeah, those matches. They want the brutal side of the War Raiders. And that's and they have brought out that side in the War Raiders. And Balor with a Pele kick. Down goes Eric. Cover, and Eric powers out. And only within a couple of months, Eric and Ivar are once again back on top of the tag team division. And a running drop kick by Eric. Cover on Balor to end Balor's chance at the tag titles of JD. But Balor holds on. Balor able to hold on. And now Eric looking for the death row. Balor able to avoid. Balor avoids. And there's the elbow. And spring off the ropes. Oh! Coup de grace. A coup de grace as he springs off the ropes. And now Balor waiting for Eric to get to his feet. Oh, and a top rope. What a coup de grace to a standing Eric. And Balor gets the pinfall win. Eric got to his feet, and then Balor with a top rope. Coup de grace, giving him the win. Here is your winner, Finn Balor. And Ivar obviously not too happy with that. It looks like Balor and McDonough have now earned themselves a future chance at the World Tag Team titles. Balor and McDonough continuing to be a thorn in the side of the Death Riders. Rah! Excuse me, Shotzi. What? I know you're not in the mood right now. You're damn right I'm not in the mood for this. You're damn right I'm not in the mood for this, Kathy. What do you want? I just wanted to know your thoughts on Tatum choosing Lyra over you. You want my thoughts? You want my thoughts on that, Kathy? What a stupid question to ask me. Why would I care? You know what? They deserve each other. Tatum is a blithering idiot. She has no idea what she's asked herself. Hang on, I'll come and get it. She has no idea what she's gotten herself into. You know what? They deserve each other. I don't need friends. And more importantly, I don't want friends. HJs, Hungry Jacks. I don't want friends anymore. The ballsy badass rides alone in her tank. I got my lunch. I got some Hungry Jacks. Well, as we call it, HJs for short. Well, Shotzi obviously not in the mood. Well, I don't blame her. That was a horrible time for Kathy Kelly to try and interview Shotzi after being screwed over. She just got screwed over in the match. And Kathy thought that was a good time to interview Shotzi. Well, here comes Trick Williams, a man who was not afraid to speak his mind. And he'll be taking on CM Punk. But here's the thing. Trick Williams mentioned Punk's wife AJ Lee and their now deceased dog Larry, which caused Punk to really snap and want to teach this young Punk a lesson. Dun, 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 dun. Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I've been everything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. And his opponent from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 220 pounds. He is the best in the world, CM Punk. Lillian Garcia as the GOAT of ring announcing. Absolutely, Bateman. You can see the look on Punk's face. He is not in the mood. Oh, he's in a foul mood after what Trick Williams said earlier about their dog Larry, who passed away recently. God rest his soul. And he also said, hey, my wife may be an asshole now, but I still love her, and you keep my wife's name out of your mouth. CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. CM Punk in 2 weeks at SummerSlam. Oh! And CM Punk, like I said, he's not in a good mood after what Trick said about his dog who passed away recently, Larry. And mentioning his wife as well. Well, CM Punk in 2 weeks will challenge Jon Moxley for the World Heavyweight Championship. Can CM Punk keep his emotions in check? Can CM Punk keep his emotions in check? Because this is exactly what Trick Williams wanted. He wanted Punk to be vulnerable, to be annoyed, to be angry heading into this match. And now Trick Williams is taking advantage of CM Punk. Yeah, Punk is letting his emotions get the better of him, and that has allowed Trick Williams to gain the early advantage over the multi-time world champion. And the man who held the WWE Championship for 465 days. And now Punk starting to build up momentum. You keep my dog Larry's name out of your mouth, you scumbag. And look at this. Oh, and a big knee strike by Punk. And now Punk goes into the cover on Williams, and Williams manages to kick out. Come on! And now these two go into the corner. Jessica Carr trying to separate them, and Williams with a cheap shot to Punk, and that allows him to take advantage with a neck breaker. Well, Trick Williams is in there with a former world champion, Bateman, and he probably wants to at least get a big win over a former champion. It would be a big win for Trick Williams if he can knock off a former world champion. And now Trick Williams in control of this matchup. Yeah, Trick Williams is in complete control. CM Punk, 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 CM Punk. And the WWE Universe continue to rally Punk. And now Punk fights out of the situation, and CM Punk fights out. And now here comes the Second City Saint trying to mount a comeback. Oh! Big kick to the head. Big kick to the head. Down goes Williams. And now Punk. Oh! Straight edge elbow. The straight edge elbow right to the heart of Tricky Boy Williams. Go to sleep. Good night, Trick. And Punk overcomes Williams. Da, 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 da. Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. Here is your winner, CM Punk. And CM Punk overcoming Trick Williams here tonight. Yeah, Trick Williams trying to get into the head of CM Punk, but ultimately it was not enough. And John Moxley with the World Heavyweight Championship from out of nowhere just blasted CM Punk. And now Moxley has Punk paradigm shift to his challenger at SummerSlam. You see this title? This will be as close as you will ever get to this championship. And John Moxley laying out his challenger for the World Heavyweight title. Moxley sending a message to Punk with only 2 weeks to go. But shifting gears now, we want to turn your attention to the Titantron screen as we've got a face-to-face confrontation coming up. It is between Saraya and Harmony Kelly. We're going to be having an exclusive interview right in this ring as Harmony and Saraya will be attached. They could hear us in the arena. Ladies, can you hear us? Yes. Yeah, I can hear your stupid pommy voice, betas. So over the last several weeks, you two have been enrolling in quite a bit of a rivalry. Saraya, can you care to explain to us what is it about Harmony you don't like about her? Why do you not like Harmony so much? Like, we've been trying to figure out what is your issue with Harmony Kelly. So we want to know, what's your issue with her? My issue with Harmony? You want to know why I hate Harmony so much? Well, it's actually quite simple. Wade, I know I'm your savior, but Bateman, before I answer your question, I want you to call me your savior. Look, just answer the damn question, Saraya. You don't need to do any of this. Hey, you shut your mouth. You don't have any room to talk. You should not be talking until it's your turn to be asked a question. I came up when this women's division wasn't getting opportunities in the Divas era. Blah. We were only been given 5 minutes, sometimes even less. Sometimes we were given 5 minutes, sometimes we were given 2 minutes, and sometimes we were even given 60 damn seconds to get in as much stuff as we can. I single-handedly ended that era. Me! Not AJ Lee, not Emma, me! Not the Bella Twins. The Bella Twins didn't do it. The 4 Horsewomen didn't do it. I did. When I became the first ever NXT Women's Champion, I killed the Divas era. And Harmony, that's what you remind me of. Your stupid blonde good looks, the way you wrestle. You wrestle like a diva. I wrestle like a diva. Yeah, you wrestle like a diva. You, Carmella, you wrestle like divas. You want to try and bring back the Divas era? And you know what made me vomit the most? Hearing Chelsea Green saying she wants to bring back the Divas Championship. No thank you. Nobody wants to see that disgusting championship ever again. I ended AJ Lee's Divas Championship reign of 295 days. And how was I treated because of that? I was only given a 2-month reign. I was given a 2-month reign, and I barely did anything with it. And so I single-handedly changed the game of this women's revolution. I started the women's revolution, and nobody gave me the respect they deserve. They want to say no one gives AJ Lee the credit. Emma likes to say how she doesn't get the credit. What about me? What about me? I don't get the credit. Do you know who gets all the credit? Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Sasha Banks, they get all the credit. They were the ones that were given all the credit for starting the women's revolution, not me. When me and Emma killed it in NXT. And women like you, Harmony, I can't stand looking at people like you, because you're just nothing more than good looks. You can't wrestle, Harmony. You never can and you never would. Why do you think Bayley handpicked you in NXT? Because Bayley doesn't understand how to see real talent. Oh, Bayley doesn't understand real talent? Bayley saw my talent. She saw me and Patricia's talent in Tough Enough. She was one of the coaches in Tough Enough, and she saw our talent. That's why she handpicked us. And we are forever grateful for that. And we're forever grateful for Bayley for Bayley for doing that. Soraya, you're just jealous. You're just jealous that you want to take credit for something that you didn't start. Sure, you and Emma transcended it. AJ Lee busted down the wall so you and Emma and the 4 Horsewomen could run. And I understand why AJ Lee never got the credit, because she was gone for 10 years. And now that she's back, she truly does deserve all the credit. She walked so women like us could run. When every young girl or every young talent is asked who inspired them to be a wrestler, who comes up? AJ Lee is always named, and not you. Oh, sure, Cora Jade and Roxanne may mention you. Sure, Cora Jade and Roxanne may slightly mention you sometimes, but they say AJ Lee. Lyra said AJ Lee was her favorite wrestler growing up. So it kills you. It kills you that there is no one in this women's division that says, I looked up to Soraya. I looked up to Kelly. Who you're just a knockoff version of. You're just a knockoff version of Kelly because you can't come up with your own gimmick. Hottest chick in WWE, you're a Carmella and a Kelly clone. You're like Carmella and Kelly having a baby, and you are what spawned out of it. Oh, that's exactly what you are. You're just a Carmella Kelly clone. Oh yeah? Well, Carmella said my character is different to hers. One way or another, Soraya, you're gonna have to respect girls like us. You underestimated me, Soraya. You heavily underestimated me, and look at what's happened. I have beaten you 4 times. I've beaten you 4 times in this ring, and every time you've underestimated me. You know, it reminded me of when you did the same thing to AJ Lee. When she underestimated you and you swooped in and took her Divas Championship. So how does it feel knowing you're making the exact same mistake? You know, I hate you. I hate you. I can't stand you. Oh yeah? You don't like me, huh? One way or another, we are ending this. We're gonna end this the right way. We're gonna end this the right way. And what is the right way is going to be on my terms. We're going to be ending this on my terms. Oh, I'm so afraid of you, Saraya. I've beaten you 4 times. I've beaten you 4 times, and I'll beat you 100 more times. I'll keep beating you until you start giving me the respect you deserve. You say you're the savior. What are you saving us from? What are you saving us from, Saraya? Funny how Patricia is getting a bigger spotlight than you. Look, Patricia can do her own thing. What she does is not concerned to me. What concerns to me right now is you, and I'm ready to kick your ass again. Oh yeah? You want to kick my ass again? Exactly, and I'm gonna... Oh, what the... There's Roxanne Perez! Oh, what's that, Harmony? You want to kick my ass? Oh yeah! Get her, Harmony! Get her, Roxanne! Get her! Saraya laid a trap, and now Roxanne Perez is attacking Harmony. Saraya just laid a trap for Harmony, and now Roxanne Perez attacking Harmony. Carly, and now Roxanne Perez with a pop rocks to Harmony. Yeah, get her. That's it, Roxy, get her! Make her pay! Oh, there's Saraya. You want to embarrass me, huh? You want to embarrass me, you piece of shit, huh? You're nothing but a diva! Oh, look. Oh, no, not on the floor! Oh, the nightcap on the floor! The nightcap on the floor as Harmony gets laid completely out cold. Saraya and Roxanne have come together. It looks like this duo could be a real threat one day if this women's division is not careful. Big opportunity now for this young lady, Xia Brookside. The following contest is set for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing TNA, Xia Brookside. Xia Brookside, a young lady representing TNA. And she's ready for a big matchup as she meets AJ Lee, the TNA Knockouts World Champion. Light it, let's light it up. And her opponent, So why is Ash and Elisa's match considered bad? Because Ash was really dumb in the battle. The battle between he and Elisa is supposed to be 3-on-3. Right? It's supposed to be a 3-on-3 battle. And Ash brings one Pokemon with him. He brings one Pokemon with him, which is a Pokemon called Palpitoad, which is a water ground type, and ground types are strong against electric types. So he basically planned to sweep her with just one Pokemon. So he was planning on beating her with just one Pokemon, and he got past her first Pokemon, which I think was Zeb Striker. I can't remember what her first one was. But then she brought out Emolga, which is a flying type. Yeah, electric flying type. And so Emolga beats his Palpitoad. And because it was the only Pokemon he brought with him, he started panicking. Because it was the only Pokemon he brought with him. So by those rules, that should mean he technically loses the battle. He technically loses the battle, he whites out, he technically loses the battle and loses the chance to win the gym badge. But then he asks Elisa and the referee if it's okay if he goes away, runs off and quickly gets another Pokemon. They allow it, so he goes away, runs out of the arena, quickly grabs another Pokemon, which is just a Snivy, a grass type. So he only brought one more Pokemon with him, which was Snivy. That lost, and he panics again because he didn't bring any other Pokemon with him. And Pikachu is there with him, and Pikachu is getting angry at Ash. And then the referee threatens to DQ him if he doesn't follow the rules, which is a 3-on-3 battle. And then Pikachu just, who's watching in the crowd, is just so angry and fed up with Ash, thunderbolts him and say, look, I'll sub in and fight for you. So basically Pikachu came in, and then Pikachu just beats Elisa's other two Pokemon by itself. And I'm just thinking to myself, how, and that's why it's considered bad, because it's like, how is that legal? Like, how is that legal? If Ash didn't bring the right amount of Pokemon, that should be considered a loss, and that should be considered a loss. But on two occasions, he wasn't disqualified for not having the right amount of Pokemon with him. That's why it's considered bad, because, and it made Elisa look stupid. It made her look really dumb. It made her look really stupid because she just had this incompetent trainer who couldn't follow the rules. It was a 3-on-3 battle. He didn't have 3 Pokemon with him. And then you're just like, how in the world did she lose to such an incompetent trainer who couldn't follow the rules? He only won because the plot made him win. He only won because the plot made him win. And of course, Pikachu. It was really stupid. That's why the battle is considered bad. Because it made Ash look really stupid. And that is Season 5. Black and White is Season 5. It's like, Generation 5. So you'd think by now he wouldn't be that stupid. You would think by now he would understand the rules. That's why I never liked the Black and White anime, because Ash was just so dumb during it. AJ Lee heavily underestimating Zaya Brookside here. Yeah, this has been a very good showing here. A very good showing here by Zaya Brookside, but AJ Lee now starting to gain the momentum. Oh, and now AJ Lee gaining, and now AJ Lee regaining the momentum, and now AJ Lee has Brookside, Black Widow locked in on Brookside, and Brookside's got a tap. AJ Lee gets the win by submission. Let's light it up. Light it, light it, light it tonight. AJ Lee gets the win over Xia Brookside. Here is your winner by submission, AJ Lee. AJ Lee, the TNA Knockouts World Champion, once again, proving her dominance. And now look, proving her dominance, and now AJ Lee continuing her attack on Xia Brookside. Continuing her attack on Xia Brookside. Uh-oh, and here comes Lei Ying Lee, and AJ Lee decides to retreat. Lei Ying Lee coming to the aid of her fellow Angel Warrior, because they are a tag team known as the Angel Warriors. Lei Ying Lee coming to the rescue. You're not taking this. You're not taking this. Will AJ Lee's title reign come to an end at SummerSlam in 2 weeks? Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time, the bad bitch, Jade Cargill. So why is... Oh yeah, oh wait, I answered that. Jade, you requested this time, so what's on your mind? What's on my mind is last week, me and Indy were just having a good match. And Candice LeRae had to stick her nose in where it didn't belong. I was going to beat Indy Hartwell. And I could have gotten myself a future chance at the championship. But no, Candice LeRae had to make it all about herself. As usual, I never got my fair chance as champion. Yeah? What about me? I never got my fair one-on-one match with Indy because a certain green-headed freak had to get involved in my match that I earned. So I technically have never gotten my fair one-on-one championship match. Oh, is somebody upset? Is somebody not happy that things aren't going their way? Mela. Jade, let's make this perfectly clear. Do you all know why you never got your, quote, fair one-on-one match? It's because at that time, nobody thought you could handle a one-on-one match. But the thing is, Jade, you're just all muscle. You're just all muscle. You think your physique is all you need. Coming from the person that relies heavily on beauty to get herself over. You are just like Harmony, relying only on your good looks and not because of your talent. Oh, I'm talented enough. I'm talented enough to become the first woman to win the Women's Money in the Bank twice. And I'm good enough, and I'm that good enough that I've beaten Charlotte Flair and Asuka 3 times during my title reign as champion. Yeah, a title reign that I'm pretty sure nobody remembers anymore. And you ended up prancing around with R-Truth after that. Hey, spending time with Truth was fun. But you know what else would be fun? Making the Storm, the bad bitch, go tap, tap, tap. Is that a challenge, tough girl? Fine. I accept your challenge. But Mela, I'm gonna warn you. You're not going to weather this storm. Because the bad bitch is going to not only destroy you, but I am going to decimate you. And show you why messing with me was the biggest mistake you've ever made. Ooh. Oh, Carmella and Jade Cargill coming face to face. Clearly Carmella was not intimidated by Jade Cargill. Well, she should be intimidated. Jade Cargill is on a mission. She is on a mission to prove that she deserves another chance at the Women's Championship. The following contest is set for one fall. Making his way to the ring, being accompanied by Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano. I love you too, Isabel. Well, Johnny Gargano is set for singles action against Chad Gable of American Made. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Dum, bam. Dun, 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 dun. 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 And his opponent, being accompanied by Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers, American Made, Chad Gable. I wish these entrances you could actually use instead of them just being unique to just one team. Like, how cool would it be if you did like a 4 or 5 person faction and you had the final, and you could use the Final Testament's entrance, like, or American Maid's entrance, you know? Like, I just wish you could use, or even the Judgment Days, I just wish you could use them. But nope, the moment you change them, they go bye-bye. As soon as you change them, they go bye-bye. Bye-bye. And you can't use them anymore. As soon as you edit them or change them, they go bye-bye. See you later. And now look at this. Now this is what you can call an out. Now these two men right here can pull out something what we like to call a wrestling clinic. Oh, absolutely. Both heels. Nope, Johnny's a face. Oh! Gargano with an enziguri kick right to the face. Moonsault! And Gable just powers out immediately. And now Gargano off the ropes. Oh, nice! Nice reverse Kenrana to Gable. And Gable powers out. Well, Johnny Gargano and Chad Gable are going to put on something as we like to call a wrestling clinic, because that's what these two guys are all about. Yeah, both of these teams would obviously love to climb up the ladder and get another chance at get a shot at the World Tag Team titles, but Chad Gable, he more wants to win his first singles championship. Yeah, Chad's more focused on wanting to become a singles champion. Let's not forget about how much of a rise Ivy Nile has been on lately. She's been quite impressive this season. Absolutely, she's been impressive this season, no doubt about it, but she definitely needs to get more airtime and more in-match time She was successful in her match earlier tonight she was successful on Showtime against Tiffany Stratton. She did defeat Tiffany Stratton on Showtime, but those matches need to be taking place here on SmackDown. Oh, I agree with what you're trying to say. And now a stomp. And now a stomp by Gargano, and Gable kicks out. Speaking of Tiffany, she was actually very verbally upset and angry over losing her TV championship to Peyton Royce last week. Oh! Peyton Royce isn't here because she's back home in Australia celebrating her big championship win. Yeah, she was on the Australia news of becoming a television champion back home in Australia. It was a big moment for her. And now Gable with a nice German. And now Chad Gable now in control as Johnny Gargano finds himself in danger. What does the leader of the American Maid have in store for Gargano? Another German suplex. That's what's in store. And now Gable heads up to the top rope. Gable now diving headbutt. A diving headbutt, shades of El Grande Americano, aka himself, and a kick out. He is not El Grande Americano. Will you stop thinking that he is El Grande Americano? El Grande has been wrestling for AAA over these last several weeks. He's been appearing on AAA over the last several weeks. They're not the same person. And now, and oh man! Big move there by big move there by Gargano. And now Gargano with the Gargano escape on Gable. And Gable taps out. And Gable taps. And Johnny Gargano with the submission win. Here's your winner by submission, Johnny Gargano. And Johnny Gargano gets the win by submission over Chad Gable. And now the Creed brothers coming in, attacking Gargano and Ciampa. And now the Creed brothers. And now the Creed brothers looking to make a statement here against DIY. And now look at Ivy Nile now getting in the ring. It looks like Ivy Nile looks to want to try and choke out one of DIY. And oh, Lola Vice! And now Lola Vice coming to the aid of her new allies, and DIY fighting off the Creed brothers. And oh man, and Ivy not and Lola look to take Ivy's head off with the back fist, but Chad Gable pulled, but Ivy got pulled out of the ring just in time. Let me go. I'm not afraid of her. Come on, no, come on, Ivy. No, I'm not afraid of her. Let me go. Ivy Nile being a badass. She's not afraid of Lola Vice. Well, she's the pit bull. Why would she be afraid? Now, standing by with Jackie Redmond is Wade Barrett's favorite tag team. Thanks, guys. My guests at this time, Mary Quinn and Kathy English. Ugh. Always nice to see a fellow Canadian in you, Jackie. Well, thank you. Hey, are you okay after what happened with Rhea? I am okay. Thank you. Thank you for your concern. No, we're dead serious. Like, we thought Rhea went out of line yelling at you like that this past Monday. A beautiful woman like you should not be getting lashed out on. But anyway, get to the question, Jackie. Since the two of you have been on quite a bit of a roll. The Fatal Influence or Fatal Attraction, whatever they want to call themselves, have been a thorn in your side over the last several weeks. They don't really like you, so what's your response to JC Jane saying that the issues between you two are far from over? Well, the thing is, the Fatal Attraction, JC and Fallon, and their new friend Thea Hale, we don't really care what they think, but more importantly, they want to say their issues with us are far from done. As far as we're concerned, we're focused on winning back the Women's Tag Team Championships. And also, we want to make our favorite supporting commentator Wade Barrett happy by winning the Women's Tag Team Championships. Yeah, you see our new shirts? Wade Barrett's favorite team. It's Wade Barrett's favorite team. It's almost like it's almost like these shirts were tailor-made for Wade Barrett. These are actually selling decently well on WWE Shop, gotta be honest. Alright, enough. What kind of joke is this, right, Alba? Yeah, these two want to say they want a shot at our tag team championships. Like, this has to be a joke. You two are more focused on trying to annoy a commentator instead of focusing on being an actual team. Yeah, and by my calculations, it's 3-on-2. So by my calculations, Nessa and Alba are more experienced tag team than the two of you. More experienced. Is that what you're trying to say? More experienced? Please. Please. Me and Kath, we've been friends longer than the two of you can ever say you've been friends. Because how many times have the two of you broken up your friendship and gotten back together? Oh. You better watch your mouth. Oh, what, Alba? Are you gonna bring out your staff and try to burn me? Oh. Alba? This is just a warning to the two of you, okay? Stay out of our way. Otherwise, we'll burn your dreams to ashes. Fabulouous. Fabulouous, yes. Diamonds on my neck. Yes, I'm fabulous. So here comes the most beautiful woman in W on Friday Night SmackDown, Carmella. Ding, ding, ding. The following contest is set for one fall, making her way to the ring from Staten Island, New York. She is the most beautiful woman in WWE, Carmella. Carmella set for action against Jade Cargill. In our main event, this is our main event match of the night, but we still got one more segment to come between Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Carmella and Jade in our main event tonight. A storm is coming. And her opponent, she is the Storm, the bad bitch, Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill, fierce, dangerous, and scary. Yeah, Jade Cargill feels that she rightfully deserves a singles match against Indy Hartwell for the WWE Women's Championship, because she never got her singles, her one-on-one championship match, because the green-haired freak, referring to Shotzi, got involved in her championship match. Well, whether what Jade likes it or not, she technically did get her match, but it just was not the way she wanted it to be. Let's go, Mella. Let's go, Mella. And here we go, Carmella, one-on-one with Jade Cargill. And Jade Cargill obviously wanting to teach Carmella a lesson. Looking to show Carmella what happens when you get in the way of the bad bitch. And oh! Well, Jade Cargill is obsessed with wanting a championship match, and Cargill dominating here in the early stages here against Mella. And a kick out. Jade Cargill now as Jade Cargill dominates Carmella. Drew versus Cody in a 3 stages of hell match in 2 weeks. Of course, it's on a SmackDown instead of doing it at the Royal Rumble. That's no surprise. If Drew loses, end the feud. I agree. I'm so sick of this feud. I'm so tired of it, man. Just look at Jade Cargill dominating Carmella. This is exactly what Jade warned Carmella about. Jade is in full domination mode against Carmella. Oh! Carmella hanging Jade up. Carmella trying to mount any kind of offense, but Jade Cargill is immediately back on top of Carmella. Is immediately back on top of Carmella, not giving Mella any breathing room. And Carmella. And Carmella with the fabulous kick on Cargill. And Cargill powers out. Cargill powering out. And look at Jade. Good Lord. And Jade just took that shot. Oh, pump kick. And Jade Cargill with a pump kick to Mella to end Carmella. Oh, and a kick out. Jade Cargill. I have never seen Cargill like this. Cargill is destroying Carmella. Carmella tried to find some hope. Carmella tried to have a little bit of hope with that super kick. And now Jade has Mella up. The Storm has arrived. Cargill destroys Carmella. Wow. Dun, 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 dun. She calls that the Storm. What a dominant victory for Cargill. Here is your winner, Jade Cargill. That's right. Jade Cargill dominating Carmella. That was a one-sided beatdown. Carmella had a little bit of life with that super kick, but that was really all Carmella could bring, as Cargill would just decimate. And there it was, the Storm on Carmella a dominant victory for Jade Cargill here tonight over Carmella. I wonder that would happen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae come face to face as these two come face to face, heading in to SummerSlam. Gang, 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 gang. All hail Queen Candice. All hail Queen Candice. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Queen Candice LeRae. All hail our beautiful Queen Candice LeRae. Look at this, she's got a crown and everything. Candice has got a crown and everything. Well, she's the queen. Well, she's our queen for a reason, Bateman. We got to show respect to our new royalty in Candice LeRae. This woman truly believes she's a queen. She is a queen. She won the Queen of the Ring tournament. But you don't see Punk coming out here with a crown and calling himself a king. Candice LeRae in 2 weeks will challenge Indy Hartwell for the WWE Women's Championship. Yeah, all right, Isabel. I want all of you to show your respect to your queen, Candice LeRae. All hail Queen Candice! Not our queen, not our queen, not our queen, not our queen, not our queen. Wow, these fans are rude. How dare you disrespect your queen? You people are just a bunch of peasants! All of you peasants need to bow down to your queen, and soon your future two-time WWE Women's Champion, Candice LeRae. Because I am going to do something that I should have done at WrestleMania, and that is stomp Indy Hartwell into oblivion and make her heart quit, so then I can finally regain what I should have never lost, and that is my WWE Women's Championship. And so all you peasants better be ready for the ceremony of Candice. Oh man, thank goodness, here comes the women's champion, Indy Hartwell. Candice, what the hell are you doing? I'm being a queen. What do you think I'm doing, Indy? Well, first of all, you're not a real queen, first of all. First of all, I want to make it very clear, you're not a real queen. And secondly, you think you're going to take my championship? Candice, you got to understand that this championship is eating you alive. Nothing means to you more than this championship. But it's clear to me now that you only want this championship just so that you can say that you were finally a champion. And also just so that you could say that you can actually beat me. Because Candace, I've told you, I've told Shotzi, I've told Jade, I've told everybody who has tried to take this championship from me. To lose when I won't quit. Thank you, WWE Universe. I've told everybody who has tried to take this from me, no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, my heart is not going to quit. Shut up! That song is stupid. Indy, I promise you I will take... I promise you I am going to take your women's championship. I promise I'm going to take that championship and I'm going to turn it into royalty. There's not a single thing you're going to do about it, Indy. You say I can't make your heart quit. I know I can make you quit. I know I can make you quit. I came this close to beating you multiple times at WrestleMania. So understand this, Indy. At SummerSlam, I'm going to beat you. And I am going to take your championship. Because when it comes to royalty, the Queen is always gets her way. Remember, I saved your career. This company wanted to fire you. But I said give her a chance. Maybe I should have let WWE fire you. Oh. So then that way Patrick would have never pushed you from the start. It's because of me Patrick has shoved you down these people's throats to the point where the fans are so sick and tired of seeing your face. Maybe the chosen one thing should have been given to somebody who actually deserved it. Not because of the country they were born from. Because face it, Indy, Patrick only likes you because you're from the same city and the same country as him. If you were from Canada, if you were Canadian, Mexican, British, if you were from any other country, I can already guarantee that you would not have any as close as amount of the success that you have right now. Roxanne deserves to be the chosen one. She deserves it far more than you. Oh! An Indy with a right hand, and Indy's seen enough. Indy Harwell's heard enough, and now the brawl is on. Indy and Candace now brawling in the ring. And now Indy Harwell looking for the It Hurts, Don't It? Oh, and LeRae with a low blow. And LeRae with her staff. Candace at the staff to the head to the women's champion. Bow down to your queen, bitch. And rams Indy right into the queen's chair, right into the throne. And right into the chair of the throne of the queen. And now Candace has just taken the crown off her head, and now Hartwell in trouble. Oh no, not this. And oh man, the Queen's stomp! Indy's head bounces off the crown. The royalty stomp as Hartwell's head bounces off the crown. This will be mine. This will be mine. And Candice LeRae posing with the women's championship. Watch me. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, hang on. That's Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's got her contract. Liv Morgan's got the money in the bank. I'm going to cash in. I'm going to cash in. Hey! No, you don't. Well, look at Candice. Candice just snatched the briefcase away. Hey, give that to me. No, you're not using it. And Candice LeRae just stopping Liv Morgan from using the briefcase. Oh, and LeRae flattening Liv. And Candice LeRae just flattened Liv with her scepter, stopping Liv Morgan from using her briefcase. And now Candice LeRae throws Liv Morgan to the outside. Look, the cash-in was not made official. Oh wait, Harwell's up, and Harwell, it hurts throwing it to the Queen, and Candice's head bounces off Liv's briefcase. And Liv Morgan grabbing her briefcase and scurrying away. Come on, Liv, come on. No, I've changed my mind. Liv Morgan was thinking of using her briefcase. Hard to lose when the Hartwell Queen. Hartwell laying out the Queen. What a chaotic way to end SmackDown as Liv Morgan attempted to try and use her briefcase on Hartwell. What a chaotic way to end this show. Thank you for joining us, and good night.